Good day, everyone, and thank you for the question, Marcella, about what do you do if you don't really like the energy of your planets in a certain house or placed on a certain angle. For example, how do you work with, how do you understand, how do you process Uranus in the fourth house when Uranus brings unpredictability, Uranus brings instability, Uranus brings surprise, it can bring fun. We're going on a roller coaster. We're going to go up. We're going to turn around. We're going to drop. We're up in the sky. We're going to be on every twist and turn. What if you don't like the roller coaster feel in the fourth house of home, of nurturing, of safety, of security? I have some clients with Uranus in the fourth. I asked them, what was that like for you? They go, Jill, Uranus in the fourth, it was just kind of weird. I go, well, what do you mean? They go, Jill, we grew up with slot machines all over the house. My dad collected them. And as a kid, I never kind of understood it. It was kind of interesting. That's her Uranus in the fourth story. It was kind of interesting. Now, she's very close to her parents. Your Uranus story with Uranus in the fourth is going to be different. Some of you are going to love Uranus in the fourth. Some of you are going to go, oh my God, what am I going to do? This is awful. And so if you don't like it, in this case, there's a couple of things, let's just say there's a couple of things to think about, to process, and let's talk about some suggestions, okay? Because I don't believe you're ever stuck in life. We're never stuck in life. We're never stuck with our chart. There's always a way we can work with it, okay? So, if you have Uranus in the fourth and you need more nurturing, more stability, need more of a family feel, you may find this lifetime you seek it out in other ways. For example, maybe you decide, I'm going to get married and I'm going to have kids no matter what. I need to be married. I have to have kids. Other ways it could show up is you could seek out family outside of the normal family unit. For example, maybe your best friend is just like a sister to you. Maybe your guy friends are just like brothers to you. Maybe the lady you work with at work is like a mother or grandmother. You may find you seek out nurturing elsewhere, which is what you want to do if you need to find that and you didn't get it as a young person. You could find your career is your family unit and you work all the time and you love your work and you just can't get enough because you'd rather be working. You'd rather be working with people who are nurturing, who are kind, who are loving. You may be drawn to professions that nurture. You may find, hey, I didn't get nurturing at home. I didn't get love. I didn't get Maslow's hierarchy of needs. I'll be darned. And I'm going to go work for every charity that nurtures and loves children. I'm going to work for families of kids that didn't have mothers or fathers or grew up in difficult circumstances. Look for professions that nurture. Food, you may find the food industry is something you love. Maybe you want to be a chef. Maybe you're a farmer. Maybe you work in agriculture. Maybe you work with families and children. Maybe you work with the emotions of people. Maybe you work for senior care homes or the elderly. Only you will know how you get your nurturing. But if you're not getting it and it's not feeling good to you, seek it elsewhere. There are so many loving, kind people in the world. you will find it. Now, many of you know my story. I was born with Saturn in this area, conjunct the IC. Not really close to my mother or my sister. I found them cold-hearted, unloving people. I was close to my stepfather, who's not blood, my half-brother, and one of my cousins. I prefer their energy in the West Coast, but never close to the blood unit in my family. When I say blood unit, I mean mom or sister or brothers or fathers, that kind of thing. I was close. Half-brothers, step-father, second cousins, that kind of thing. And I'm very close to my relatives outside of the United States. That's really my family unit. I feel closest to my cousins, and so it is. But so for me, that is one way I get my nurturing, and have gotten my nurturing that I didn't get. The other thing is, most of my good friends have provided nurturing to me. One of my best friends would invite me every year to her family's Christmas. Every year. For 25 years. I went to her family's house. There are some great nurturing people in the world, is what I'm trying to say. And you will find them. You have to show up. They're not going to come knocking on your door necessarily. They could if you live in a building where, the neighbors are fun. Who knows? But anyway, find out how you seek it out. Find out how you process that. The other thing is, find out what planetary line do you live on. Now, this is where we go into astrocartography. Woohoo! The planetary lines, if you're living on Uranus and you're born with Uranus the 4th and you don't like it, you might really think about trying other planetary lines. Take a trip to a different planetary line. For example, take a trip to your moon line. Take a trip to a line off of Uranus and see if you notice any difference or if you like it. The other thing is, look to see if your chart will change, because when you change your location, you change your life. Let's say you live in the East Coast, like Johnny Depp lived in the southeast of Kentucky, and he was born a Leo rising. He'll always be a Leo rising, of course, okay? But his family life was not pleasant, and he moved all the way out to the West Coast. To where? His moon line. He got his family fix out on the West Coast. Kentucky was brutal from a nurturing perspective. He moves out to the West Coast. Not only is he living on his moon planetary line, he's also a Cancer rising in the West Coast. He will always be a Leo rising, but now he's got the flavor of nurturing with him by his rising sign changing of Cancer and now living on his moon line. I just love it. So I believe on some level, the West Coast, Los Angeles, California, will always have a family feel to it for him. This is where he got into Hollywood. This is where his actors and his friends are that got him into acting. This is where, from his trial, his lawyer resides in the West Coast. This is where Dr. Curry, who testified in his case, resides. These people care about him, okay? And so anyway, back to not liking or not really understanding how to work with the energy of Uranus in the fourth or any planet. No, you're never stuck. Understand the energy and decide how you're going to work with it, especially when it shows up and rears its ugly face in front of you, dangling, and goes, hello, have you missed me? And then you're like, Show up, make the changes, take action. You're never stuck. Understand what it means. I'm going to end there. For anybody who doesn't enjoy the placement of their planets in their chart, there's always ways to work with the energy. You're never stuck, but you have to do the work. Because at the end of the day, it's your life, right? So thank you so much. Enjoy your day. Bye-bye.